They gon' trip when they hear this. This guy. Nah, it ain't Jada. It's Fat Boy, but you can call me Walt. Walt J. Hey, let's cut up for a little bit. Here we go. That boy crazy. Call me Mr. Elixir. My nose is something sinister. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher. Finisher. A fragrance that a finisher. Preaching about these oils like they holy. I'm a minister. Trying to set the record straight. Curve is the real king. Still got love for grease. Savage make them girls scream. Can't forget that 1 million got me feeling real lucky. Call me Fat Boy, but don't test me. It can get ugly. I'm trying to find a new cologne. I don't really know where to go. That boy out here singing, boy. Crazy work. Hey, get him again, Fat Boy. I'm a real fragrance reviewer, from niche to designers. You can never clone Fat Boy. I know that's right. I'm rocking with the czar and my homegirls, the oil lady. Paris, Milan, no little tougher than my other ladies. Renaissance man, though I never been to Harlem. Love a New York night like a crook, love a bond man. Belling out the game, but don't call me a savior. Casting out these phonies, call me a demon slayer. In the words of my brother Dedra Hicks, positive vibes only. All right, let me show you exactly how I went about putting all of this together, you know what I'm saying, to get the final product. So let's go ahead and jump over here to Logic. Logic is really where everything happened. And for those of you, don't judge me, you know how this looks. Trust me, if I'm, mixing, for church or a service or something like that, all of this is much cleaner. But I just wanted to hurry up, try to get it done. So the first thing I did was actually bring in the track. All right, so that's it right there, the finesse beat or whatever I actually ended up getting from CapCut. So we'll talk about that in another video. And so I laid down the first vocal, and I'll go ahead and solo this now so you can hear it. Nah, it ain't Jada. It's Fat Boy, but you can call me Walt. Hey, let's cut up for a little bit. Here we go. Call me Mr. Elixir. All right, and let me actually turn off the processing because this is what it sounded like just recording it by itself. Nah, it ain't Jada. It's Fat Boy, but you can call me Walt. Hey, let's cut up for a little bit. Here we go. Call me Mr. Elixir. My nose is something sinister. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher. Finisher. A fragrance that a finisher. Preaching about these oils like they holy. I'm a minister. Trying to set the record straight. Curve is the real king. You know what? All right. So you pretty much get the point right there. All right. And then literally what I just did, I just added a second track. And then I actually, you know what I'm saying, doubled it or whatever. And then I'll play it back with the EQ and everything enabled. And just for the EQ, just if you want to see what I did, you know what I'm saying, those of you who may not necessarily be familiar with Logic, because normally I've always been an Adobe guy. So like podcast, all those different types of things, audio, I normally would just do in Audition. But I really could have done all of this in CapCut, but it was going to make it difficult. So I was like, you know what? Let me just make it clean. I know I'm going to get the cleanest sound. And I've gotten so familiar with, a lot of the plugins and different things with Logic and some other things I have. I was like, let's just do it like that. All right. So I just went in a basic, you know what I'm saying, vocal presence, boom, and threw on some compressor, specifically a rap vocal, and we ended up. Oils like they holy, I'm a minister. Trying to set the record straight. Curve is the real king. Still got love for Crease. Savage make them girls scream. So you see, definitely brought out that clarity, brought out that presence there. All right. And then let's go in here. And so the next part, I came back. I was doing some ad libs and stuff like that. All right. They're going to trip when they hear this. This guy. You probably noticed that from one of my sound pads or whatever. That boy crazy. Sinister. Finisher. I'm a minister. Curve is the real king. Girl scream. Real lucky. Get ugly. So you can see you get a lot of that breathing vocal breath in there. Again, If I wanted to go in and super really clean this up, make it clean, I could have. Man, I was literally just having fun. And, you know, a lot of the music kind of covers that stuff up. But you can kind of see what's going on there, you know, and how that supports the actual track. And then I did some more overdubs or whatever. Because I did the first verse. I did that first part first, so you can kind of hear it. Let's see if you can hear this all together. They gonna get ugly. I'm trying to find a new cologne. I don't really know where to go. So that was the actual hook. I'm trying to find a new cologne. I don't really know where to go. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what I was thinking about. The song I was thinking about when I did that. All right, so I'll play it again just so you can hear it. It can get ugly. I'm trying to find a new cologne. I don't really know where to go. All right, and one of the things you can see that I did down here for the backing tracks or what the backing vocals or whatever, I just actually changed the EQ to backing vocals. Didn't really mess with that too much. And then I use a studio vocal on all of those for the ad libs and whatever. And then I pan stuff because I still wanted to give the track character. So I pan certain things, you know, left and right, just to kind of give it some different dimensions. Mix it to a level I felt like that was decent. Probably could have done a little bit better with that. All right, and that was the first section. Then we got back here. Let's unsolo everything. And then we got down here to the second section. The next verse, I'm going to go ahead and solo all of this so you can hear that. I don't need that. All right. Get him again, fat boy. Sheesh. That boy out here singing, boy. Crazy work. Hey, get him again, fat boy. I'm a real fragrance reviewer from niche to designers. You can never clone fat boy. I know that's right. I'm rocking with Nazar and my homegirls, the oil lady. Paris, Milano, Latifah, than my other ladies. Renaissance man, though I never been to Harlem. Love a New York night like a crook, love a bond man. Belling out the game, but don't call me a savior. Casting out these phonies, call me a demon slayer. In the words of my brother Dedra Hicks, positive vibes only. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much it. So it was a matter of just going in, making sure everything was leveled like I wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? To a D, because I was still rushing against the clock. I was like, I wanted to get this done. And then what I did on the stereo out track, so I put an EQ. So I want you to hear what it sounds like without it. All right. So this is, I'll go to this part. They trying to set the record straight. Curve is the real king. Still got love for free, so Barge make them girls scream. Can't forget that 1 million got me feeling real lucky. Call me fat boy, but don't test me, it can get ugly. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, it was cool, but it's dry. So we threw an EQ in there. You know what I'm saying? Final mix hip hop. So we threw that in there. And then I got a fresh air plug in. Telling you, change the game. We threw that up there, added some of that air to it, threw another compressor in there to get that limiter, you know what I'm saying, where we want it. Boom, studio clipper. And then it was too sharp, so I wanted to add some warmth back to it. So I added in another EQ just to make warmer. You know what I'm saying? Something like, this is why I wanted to use Logic, because I know this stuff and I can move quick, because these are the things I did for live stream sound. Now listen to it. They gonna find a new cologne. Sheesh. I don't really know where to go. That boy out here singing, boy. Crazy work. Hey, get him again, fat boy. I'm a real fragrance reviewer from niche to designers. You can never clone fat boy. I know that's right. I'm rocking with Nazar and my homegirls, the oil lady. Paris, Milano, Latifah, than my other ladies. Renaissance man, but I never been to Harlem. Love a New York night like a crook, love a bond man. First of all, call me corny, call me whack, call me whatever you want to, but the wordplay in this joint, crazy work. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to go ahead and get everything recorded. You know, I was able to go ahead and get the track laid down. I got that to a good place, kind of how I wanted it. And it's like, okay, bam, am I just gonna release the track? It's like, nah, I gotta put, you know what I'm saying, some video to it. So that's where the magic really happens. So I actually then come over here into what I'm recording this video with now. I come to Ecamm. So I open up QuickTime Player. I open up the track in QuickTime. When I bounced it, and I open up Ecamm and I just press record. And then I go ahead and start the track. And then I go ahead and spit as much as I can from memory or whatever. Just one take, boom, go ahead and knock that out. I don't press stop. I don't press pause. I stop the track, but I don't press pause on the recording. I stop the track, then I come back. I do it again. You know what I'm saying? Same routine, and then I come back and do it a third time. Now, as you notice, there are certain parts in the song that require certain things like props, whether it's the fragrance or whatever. So I gotta kind of be mindful of, I'm not necessarily lip syncing, but there is a syncopation involved. So some of this stuff I gotta chop up in post. So let's say, call me Mr. Elixir. My nose is something sinister. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher, 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 a fragrance that a finisher. You know what I'm saying? Preaching about these oils like they holy. I'm a minister. So I had that part where I had to say finisher, finisher, a fragrance that a finisher. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, those parts like that, I had to cut up, and doing the animations like praying about these oils like they holy, I'm a minister. Trying to set the record straight. Hold up the bottle. Curve is the real king. Hold up the Creed bottle. Still got love for Creed. Hold up the Savage bottle. Savage, make them girls scream. You know what I'm saying? So those are the pieces I just kept recording. And then once that recording was done, now let's jump over into CapCut and show you how I actually got the rest of the magic done. So now we're over here in CapCut. And if you guys want me to kind of do a tutorial on CapCut or whatever, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And I can get that done for you. So you can see the extra clips that I added here. So I literally took the whole video and laid it out on the timeline. I laid it out. So I had the track right here, laid it out on the timeline. And so let me just play through this real quick and I'll kind of stop and show you where I started chopping up stuff. They gonna trick when they hear this. This guy. Nah, it ain't Jada. It's Fat Boy, but you can call me Walt. J. Hey, let's cut up for a look. Now, as a matter of fact, let me show you without the effects. Let's turn, because all of these things are added additions. So I want to show you just what it looked like dry. All right, here we go. They gonna trick when they hear this. This guy. Nah, it ain't Jada. It's Fat Boy, but you can call me Walt. J. Hey, let's cut up for a little bit. Here we go. That boy crazy. Call me Mr. Elixir. My nose is something sinister. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher. Finisher, finisher. A fragrance that a... So as you can see right here, I have cuts and things that are going on. So you can see all of these are different clips that I really kind of went back and added. You can see right here at the beginning, this is where I started the recording. You can see my hand right there. So you can see that. And I acted like I was talking to somebody else or whatever. Boom. This is another cut where I was doing the laugh. You know what I'm saying? That's another cut right there. All right. This is just some B-roll footage with me just cutting up. Me actually having to talk and get that right. Data. It's Fat Boy, but you can call me Walt. So I had to make sure that was syncopated. And I'm not necessarily lip singing. You know what I'm saying? That's me actually playing it out loud and saying it out loud so I can go in and then actually do a beat match. So like say I can go here. I can select this and I can select this, right click, and you see where it says sync video and audio. So for about 80% of this project, that worked. For the other 20%, I really had to do it by, you know what I'm saying, experience. All right. And then, so, you know, we got cuts there. All right. And then we get, like I said, I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher, finisher, finisher. You see where that cut comes in? I really could have added some stabilization right there because I actually shook the table. You can see that. Finisher, a fragrance that a finisher. Preaching about these oils like they holy. I'm a minister. So you see all of those are cuts. So again, everything was laid out on the timeline for the duration of the track, for the duration of the song. But then I had a bunch of spiel that was all over this way. So then I went over here and started chopping up what I thought was a good take and then came back, put it over the top synced all of these together, and then went in and made the cuts as I need to. So I'm making it sound a whole like, and I'm not trying to say it was difficult. I'm not trying to say I made it easier than what it really is. It just took a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to set the record straight. Curve is the real key. And then one of the other things you'll notice is with quote unquote music videos, you need movement. You don't really want a lot of stale things. So you can kind of see it's not necessarily a parallax thing, but you can almost see it looks like the background is kind of zooming in, zooming out. Trying to set the record straight. Curve is. You like that little technique, don't you? So basically all keyframes. So literally we just started at the beginning, 110%. And by the time we ended up at the end, I'm at 105%. That's literally what it is. And then in this track right here, we jump back up to 130%. So you can see, boom. So from 105, so 110, 105%, 130%. And then we back at 100%. Got love for free, so Vaj made them girls free. Can't forget that 1 million got me feeling. You know, so throwing a that's actually a money transition right here. Transition, dollar bills. So you go here and CapCut transitions. And I got way more than that saved as favorites. I don't know why that jump's not working though. But I was just type in money. And then you can see there they got dollar bills. They also got dollar bills too. I probably should have used that one. All right. And that was pretty much the sequence, you know what I'm saying, the whole way. Now, so once we got done, it was all about, okay, making it look somewhat like a video, making it interesting. And this is where the effects and different things come in. Now, some people just come in, throw a lot of effects on it, make it look crazy, this, that, and the third. Sometimes less is more. Less is more, and you want to make sure that your effects are actually adding to. All right, so in the beginning, you know, I wanted a little bit of cinematic feel, so just, you know, what we call a horizontal open. They're going to trip when they hear this. And I wanted to give a different little film look, so we got some black noise. All of this is directly in CapCut. This is not a plug-in. Like, you know how with Final Cut, you know, Premiere, DaVinci, you got to put in plug-in. Nah, it's right there built in. That was a fast zoom. I probably could have keyframed this and all, but it's like it was already there. This guy. Nah, it ain't Jada. That's a leak. It's Fat Boy. And then we use it. Don't be afraid to use things twice. Hey, let's cut up for a little bit. Here we go. That boy crazy. You want to create, you know what I'm saying, some form of symmetry between clips or whatever. All right. And then I had some captions and whatever, but I really wanted to use more captions than I did, but then it was giving me a headache trying to make some changes, and I was like, forget it. So the things I probably really wanted to focus on the wordplay, those are the captions I threw in. I'm stone cold. And so again, so the whole thing about being a finisher, you can see here, I threw in the whole Mortal Kombat joint, all right, which is a clip I just got from the internet. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finish. Stone cold like a tombstone. Tombstones, they represent graveyards, death. Death, the Undertaker, killing the game, finisher, final boss, you know what I'm saying? Finisher, a fragrance that a finisher, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also a wrestling fanatic. So we throw in the stone cold like a tombstone. So it's almost like we're going literally from what's supposed to be a stunner directly into the tombstone. So this was a transition, just a ripped paper effect or whatever, and it just worked. It was dope. I also threw in a wobble effect, you know, so this is what it looks like without the wobble effect. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. That wasn't as dramatic. So I was like, nah, we need to make it look more dramatic. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher. And I think, and once we threw in that finisher right there, it just set the whole thing up. I'm stone cold like a tombstone. I'm a finisher. Finisher. A fragrance that a finisher. Preaching about these oils like they holy. I'm a minister. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just, and so again, I was like, yo, that floral mirror effect right there is dope. I was like, I'm going to use this again. Trying to set the record straight. Curve is the all right. So that's the crown right there is actually a sticker. Again, you want to give context. I'm saying curve is the real king. You want to give context, and it actually brings your eye right here. King still got love for free, so Vaj made them girls. Now, the reason I put the Still Got Love for Creed, because it sounds like I'm saying Grease. I think I had a better take of me actually saying it, but I was like, I'm not finna go back and redo all of that. So I was like, let me actually put the words there so you know what I'm saying. Still got love for Grease, Savage. You hear that? You hear how it's not really clear? Savage made them girls. And so right here, Savage made them girls scream. I just wanted to give more credence and context and make it funny. So this is something I actually got from Pexels, Pexels.com, P-E-X-E-L-S. And I just threw I removed the background or whatever and reshaped it and adjusted the color or whatever and put it down there in the corner. Savage made them girls scream. Can't forget that. Give it more context. You know what I'm saying? 1 million got me feeling real lucky. Call me fat boy, but don't test me. It can get ugly. I'm trying to find a. And then that floral mirror effect. I wanted to bring it in again. New cologne. I don't really know where to go. That boy out here singing. And so I was thinking about Jazzy Faye or whatever at this part right here. That boy singing, boy. So I was wilding out myself, but I was like, I wanted to make it look real dramatic. Oh. That boy out here singing, boy. Crazy work. Hey. All right. And so y'all know when I'm always saying crazy work. I got that from Shady McCoy from the interview he did on I Am Athlete, where he was talking about crazy work. I gave people crazy work. That's where that came from. I didn't come up with that, but y'all know when I'm streaming, I actually use it in my sound pads. If I go to it right here, which one is it? Crazy work, crazy work, crazy work. So you can hear that right there. All right. And so I feel like when I did that, the audio got better on my mic. All right. And so it's just a real short clip. I threw a film look over it. Oh. That boy out here singing, boy. Crazy work. Hey, get him again, fat boy. It just breaks up the monotony. And then when I come back into the verse, here we got movement again. We got movement again. I'm a real fragrance reviewer from niche to design. All right. So I got a, ooh, I just caught myself that this is backwards. I just caught myself. I looked at the, ooh, see. So when I said niche to designer, I was supposed to go the opposite direction. Now, you know what? I'm going to tell you how I know I didn't do this wrong. No, I did do this wrong. Because the camera is reversed so that you could read the letters. The natural perspective of the camera mirror is not mirrored. I mirrored it. Wow. Okay. Hey, who cares? It's out there now. But Blue Day Chanel is designer. This Lamar by Kajal is actually niche. So I said niche to designer. It should have went the opposite way. I'm a real fragrance reviewer from niche to design. Yeah, I didn't catch that. See, I didn't catch that. A lot of people wouldn't show y'all that. But you can never clone fat boy. I know that's right. All right. So again, you've already seen this fast zoom before. I did it over here in the beginning. Where is it at? 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 It's early in the beginning. Oh, see, you already seen it. You seen it right there. So again, we just repetitive. It ain't got to be a whole lot of extra new stuff trying to be like, I got to use another effect because I already used that. Boy, I know that's right. Rocking with the czar and my home. We still got that movement going on. Rocking with the czar and my homegirls, the oil lady, Paris, Milano, Latafa. And so all of those are really cuts. Now, what I really wanted to do, I was thinking like the DMX joint, Lakeisha, Ashley, Felicia. You know what I'm saying? And so I really could have just showed them on screen like 1, 2, 3, and then kind of just showed all of them like that underneath. But it was cool, you know. Paris, Milano, Latafa. All right, so you get it. Paris corner, Joe Milano, Latafa. All right. And then so when I right here, I started talking about Harlem Renaissance. So I wanted to give some credence to that context. So this is where an effect, about to mess something up. This is where an effect comes in. Negative split was great for this because it gives you some graffiti, but it also kind of keeps me in the center of the frame. All right. But then my other ladies, Renaissance man, though I never been to Harlem. Love a New York night like a crook, love a bond man. So again, I have graffiti here with some negative, splits going on. Keep it consistent. Let's do the same thing right here as a transition. Like a crook love a bond man. A lot of people think clones are criminal, but this is a clone of Bond number 9 New York Night. Because I don't have a whole bottle of New York Night. I got a decant, but I don't have a full bottle, but I got a clone. But some people think clones are criminal, but I do got a bottle of Bond number 9. Bond man. Criminals, like a crook love a bond man, a bail's bondsman. So I want you to pay attention to this. Ladies, Renaissance man, though I never been to Harlem. Love a New York night like a crook love a bond man. Belling out the game. So you see the connectivity. So the wordplay, the edit, the effects, all of it has to give context to go together, even the cut. Ladies, Renaissance man, though I never been to Harlem. Love a New York night like a crook love a bond man. Belling out the game. Now this right here, I just really wanted to kind of set up for the last shot. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was dope. The photo album, just something different to kind of give me a close to set up for the last shot, which is over here. I probably could have left this out and done something different, but I was like, you know what? Let's just go out with a bang. Belling out the game, but don't call me a savior. Casting out these phonies, call me a demon slayer. All right, this is actually a green screen. So if you're in CapCut and you go over here to import and you go over here to stock, there are a whole bunch of assets in here or whatever. I think I searched for film, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Either film or retro. Probably retro. TVs or something. Yep, there it is right there. All right. And then I put this over top. I had the clip underneath. And then I did the chroma. So I went and removed background, color picker. Hit that chroma key. My clip was underneath, resized it, threw a filter on it to make it look old or whatever. You can see it's got a special effect in there right there. Yeah, if I click on it, you can see it. Boom. All right. In the words of my brother, Dedrick Hicks. And then, like I said, this shot right here was to set up for this ending shot. Shout out to my boy Dedrick. All right. And I thought this was dope because it was like a CD album cover, almost kind of alluding like, is Walt coming out with an album or a mixtape? The Dedrick Hicks, positive vibes only. And this is my actual logo down here in the corner. Dedrick Hicks, positive vibes only. That's screenshot worthy right there. That might be, that's probably going to be my profile picture going into the new year. That's probably going to be my profile picture going into the new year. So yeah, that's a bit of a long video, but I just wanted to give you context. That's really how I got that done. And so my whole thinking, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something fun. I wanted to bring fun back to the table for myself. In any industry you're in whatever niche you're in, you're going to be talking about some of the same things over and over and over again. And just like I do with my live streams, just like I do with anything, I tell people like, hey, insert your personality into what you're doing. I have 2 monetized YouTube channels. My fragrance channel, the growth has been supernatural. I mean, it hasn't been 20, 100,000 or whatever, but the growth that I've experienced within the time period that I experienced is kind of unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Aside from the pandemic, or whatever. But God has been great, you know what I'm saying, in that regard. And a lot of what has helped aid that is my personality. So me doing things like this is only going to take that to the next level or whatever. And so that was pretty much it. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's, because I know people can do that. Man, you make that seem so easy. I've been doing this a long time. I've been creating content, honestly, since like 2006. I'm going to say 2005. Since I stepped foot on the campus of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, I pray to God that I can get access to my MySpace. If I can get access to and some old files, if I had the wherewithal to know where because we were on YouTube. I was on YouTube. I had a whole YouTube. We was doing like skits, all of that stuff. We were doing that. You ask any of my friends, any of my people that I went to school with, oh my God, man, we was doing that. Reality shows, podcasts, before all of this stuff was anything, We were doing that in 2005 when it was so much simpler, when only college students and military could get on Facebook and the world was great, and you had Black Planet and you had MySpace or whatever. Oh my God, what a time to be alive. Nonetheless, I've been, what is this? We're getting ready to go in 2025. So we're talking, I've been making content for 20 years. 20 years. So when I say I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Like, trust me, for real, for real. And so a lot of the best stuff, you know, I've done for other people. So the past year, this year was really about bringing all of those things home and really investing all of the energy back into myself. But these are the kind of things that you're going to see more of, just having fun. Some of the things we're going to do moving forward. But yeah, it's weird because I feel like the audio keeps, like, it's changing in my ear. I don't know if y'all can hear that or whatnot. Nonetheless, though, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you have any questions. If you want me to do a deep dive into CapCut, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm not a Logic expert. I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? I've done some live stream mixing for some churches. I've done some stuff for myself. Send me a mix. If you're producing an album or you got a band or something like that, send me a mix. Give me something to practice on. Somebody give me something to practice on so I can send you back the template and you let me know, you know what I'm saying, what I'm working with. But nonetheless, until the next time, hopefully you feeling that. If you want to see that, you know, that kind of content more going in the new year, let me know. But I wanted to do that just so you can have it. But until next time, I catch you guys in the next video. I'll let your boy, y'all be safe out there. And most importantly, be warm because it's a brick outside. All right.